Hello, friends. Today I am going to talk about such an episode of the French Revolution which shook the monarch. The unthinkable became the reality. Demolition occurred in the Bastille as well as in the Reign. Yes, friends, the revolution has begun. It's 1789. Winter is all over France. The crops are destroyed due to the harsh hail. Angry women are raiding the shops. The price of bread skyrocketed. The hungry stomachs of the people asked for more grains, but the production weren't enough for them. The potentate, insensitive of all the occurrences taking place, levied a tax to meet the expenditure of the state. This shot up the wrath of the common people, especially the middle class, third estate, and the philosophers. Their joint rebellion called for the outbreak of the revolution. An assembly of the Estates General was held in the Versailles on 5th May 1789. It was called by the king to pass the proposals for the new tax. The assembly consisted of 300 members each from the first and the second estate, and 600 were from the third estate. Despite of being more prosperous and educated than the first and the second estates, the third estate faced discrimination. Peasants, artisans, and women were denied entry, but they did not lose hope and passed their grievances through letters and representatives. When the king rejected the proposal of the third estate that voting should be conducted by taking each assembly as a whole and the value of each member's vote must be one, the members of the third estate left the assembly in distress. On June 20, 1789, the representatives of the third estate assembled in the hall of the tennis court of the Versailles. They played a major role in the revolution. They demanded economic reforms so that every common person of France could have enough food to eat. Their main objective was to plot a new constitution. It was led by Abbé Sieyès and Mirabeau. As a consequence of a revolt, King Louis had passed the following obligations to calm down the third estate, such that abolishing the feudal privileges, tithes were terminated, lands owned by the nobility were seized, etc. Some major changes occurred in the society too. The key features of the changed system were men above 25 years were allowed to vote. They were named as active citizens. The rest of the population were given the status of passive citizens. Declaration of the rights of man and citizens were drafted which mentioned and protected the rights of men. Jacobin Club. This club included shopkeepers, artisans, cooks, printers, daily wage workers, etc. They had a different uniform which was mainly a long striped trousers. They were mainly known as sans-culottes. The sans-culottes men wore a red cap which symbolized liberty. Elections were conducted in August 1792. The newly elected assembly were known as the Convention which abrogated monarchy.